Durin is just days away from his release, and we have received massive updates about the upcoming versions, from Columbina's kit to buffs for Lunar Charge, Lunar Bloom, and Lunar Crystallise, to new information about the White Adeptus, Varka, and even Nicole. So let's get started. Beginning with Columbina. She's confirmed to be a Hydro off-field damage dealer and a Catalyst user. Her main role will be dealing off-field damage through her skill, which scales from her max HP. So yes, she is looking to be an HP scaling unit. This means you will prioritize crit stats and HP percent for personal damage, along with energy recharge for her burst, which provides buffs. She provides lunar buffs to your entire team after using her burst. She creates a field where your on-field character gains lunar damage bonus and additional effects depending on which lunar reaction is triggered. For Lunar Charge, the thundercloud that appears above you will have increased attack speed, ultimately leading to more damage. For Lunar Bloom, she increases the Verdant Dew stacks to 6, which means you're never going to run out of Verdant Dew stacks for units like Nefer or Lauma. You will always have 3 extra stacks, which is a massive boost. We also received info that she will provide interruption resistance, similar to Raiden Shogun, for your on-field DPS. This makes your rotation far smoother, especially in Nefer teams where you often get interrupted while dash canceling. It is a bit unfortunate that she does not provide healing or shielding, but everything else in her kit heavily compensates for it. Her 40% lunar damage bonus, combined with extra lunar buffs for Lunar Charge, Lunar Bloom, and the expected Lunar Crystallise, makes her the best in-slot Hydro support for Flynn's, Nefer, and even the White Adeptus. We also received some extra information. Currently, she cannot activate Lunar Charge or Lunar Bloom by herself, so she will require units like Enefa, Flynn's, Lauma, or Nefer to activate lunar reactions. This might change with her constellations. Speaking of constellations, some sources suggest she will gain additional HP and crit damage buffs with her C1 and C2, where you can actually unlock her DPS potential as an on-field damage dealer. But at C0, her role will be very similar to Nahida, except focused entirely on lunar reactions. Before talking about the White Adeptus, you can actually buy the cheapest top-ups with insane special discounts. Just click my link in the description, choose the pack you want with a massive limited time discount, enter your UID and server, and it will arrive in minutes. New users also get an extra 10% off for signing up. Now coming to the White Adeptus, she is going to be our next DPS released during Lantern Rite. Yes, her real in-game name will be different, but it's not confirmed yet. But what we know till now, she will be a sword user and a main DPS who triggers Lunar Crystallise. Her kit revolves around producing Crystallise reactions and gaining stacks for higher damage. Sources suggest that her best teams will be Columbina, Durin, and Shalonen. Since she scales heavily from defense, traditional ATK buffers are not recommended for her. It will be extremely interesting to see how she functions, because lunar reactions do not really benefit from normal damage bonus, and being a geo and defense scaling unit means a lot of general supports, like Farina, Bennett, and even Albedo with his new buffs, suddenly become pretty bad options for her, despite being considered some of the best geo supports earlier.
We don't know anything else yet, but things will get clearer as we get closer to the closed beta tests. Apart from new limited characters, we will also be getting a free 4-star selector, which includes the new Lantern Rite 4-star, Iluga, who is leaked to be a Geo DPS. We will also be getting a new artifact domain introducing 2 new sets. One set for Hex and Circle members, providing crit damage, and the second set is leaked to be for Columbina, maximizing her off-field DPS. Talking about banners, Columbina will be on the first half, whereas the White Adeptus will be on the second half. For reruns, Escoffier and Skirk are both expected to get their reruns. The leaks about Neuvillette say he will be in version 6.4, but this might change since he's also getting a limited time skin alongside a free skin for Chongyun. But if we analyze the pattern, Hu Tao got her skin in 5.3, but her rerun happened in 5.2. Yelan got her skin in 5.8, but her rerun came after that patch. So Hoyoverse never releases the character together with their skin. So let's see how this plays out. Speaking of version 6.4, Mavuka and Varka are both confirmed to appear, making it another extremely stacked banner.
Varka is expected to be an Anemo DPS and Claymore user, and his best teams are expected to include Hex and Circle members. Some leaks even suggest that he will have a passive similar to Escoffier, where he gains extra buff depending on the number of Hex and Circle members in your party. Keep in mind this info is extremely early and subject to change, but considering his lore and origin, it wouldn't be surprising if his premium teams revolve around old Mondstadt characters. His damage will be Anemo damage, and characters like Faruzan, Venti, or C4 Jean, who provide strong Anemo buffs, are expected to be his best-in-slot supports. The value of Varka is extremely high, not just because he is a new DPS, but because we desperately need an Anemo DPS right now. The current Anemo DPS options frankly just suck, so he might be a must-pull for almost everyone. After Varka, we will be getting another female 5-star, marketed as a new Anemo support. Based on leaks, she might be the unit who introduces Lunar Swirl, making her best in slot for almost every Anemo DPS. As said, version 6.3 and 6.4 are shaping up to be some of the most stacked banners we've ever had, so you better start saving, because even with Lantern Rite giving extra resources, the future patches look very dry compared to the massive banner value we're about to get. If you're planning to pull for any of them, you must start saving from now. After the livestream, seeing Nicole and Alice both are now looking extremely likely to be playable in the future. Nicole is now expected to be Pyro, especially after the livestream footage, and many players are now comparing Alice and Nicole to duos like Inefa, Flynn's, Nefer, and Loma, forming a MONO-Pyro duo. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. We already have Melt and Vape Pyro DPS units like Mavuka and Arlecchino, who are insanely broken. Adding another Pyro DPS who does the exact same job doesn't make any sense. But adding Mono-Pyro or Overload-focused Pyro units does, especially with Hex and Circle characters like Klee, Venti, Fischl, and even Durin, who all prefer Mono-Pyro Overload archetypes. This makes both Alice and Nicole insanely useful characters for future teams. If you want a deeper breakdown, check out the video on the screen where we talked about all possibilities for Alice and Nicole with their future team options. Version 6.2 with Durin, Varessa, and Shalonen might actually be a skip for many players for multiple reasons. Every account in Genshin needs a Geo DPS eventually, whether you have Navia or not. The same goes for Varka, who looks to be reshaping the Anemo element completely, especially with the entire Hex and Circle storyline and future units like Alice and Nicole. Varka looks to be the core of this future meta. And Columbina is a must-pull, especially after seeing her kit, which looks like a stronger version of Farina with massive damage and insane team buffs. But if you're still confused, we already made a full breakdown video, so make sure to check it out.